Hey loves, today I'm giving you the ultimate product guide for the ultimate frizz-free silky silk press. As you can see, I have the best silk press I've ever done in my opinion. These are essentials only. First things first, you want to start with a clean slate, and that is using a clarifying shampoo. This is my favorite one. It's almost done. This is the Red Can Hair Cleansing Cream. And it also has a 2% AHA acid, which is glycolic acid, and it's pH balanced. This is the best clarifying shampoo I've ever used. I've put my sisters onto it. Like everybody I recommend this to loves it. It is just extremely amazing. And the reason why I love it so much is not only does it leave your hair squeaky clean in very few washes with very little product, it is the only clarifying shampoo I've used that leaves my hair still feeling hydrated and moisturized after. Now, I usually do go in with a second wash using a hydrating shampoo. I usually use the Pureology NanoWorks Gold. The reason why I didn't include that in this video is because I said this is for essentials only. You can get away with not following up with a hydrating shampoo because this leaves your hair feeling pretty hydrated afterwards. However, you cannot swap this out for a hydrating shampoo. You need every single bit of buildup to be taken off your hair before you do a silk press, and that doesn't leave your hair dry, and this is the ultimate shampoo for that. The next thing you want to do is use a really moisturizing and hydrating shampoo that doesn't leave an oily film on your hair. And if you're not new to this channel, you know exactly what I'm going to say. It is the Amika Soul Food Nourishing Mask. This is the mask I highly recommend simply because it leaves my hair extremely healthy, hydrated, moisturized every single time I use it. It is the most consistent product. So every time I use it, I'm guaranteed to get the same quality of results. It leaves my hair extremely soft, extremely smooth. And when I rinse it out, everything comes off. It doesn't leave an oily film on my hair. I've noticed that a lot of conditioners or deep conditioners that are marketed as hydrating and moisturizing kind of leave an oily film on your hair because they do have a lot of oils in them. This has natural oils in it as well. However, it just washes out of your hair without leaving any of that oily residue, which is why I like to use it on the day of my silk press. And something that is extremely underestimated when it comes to silk presses is that your hair actually needs to be as hydrated as possible before the silk press for it to not only come out looking silky, but for it to last without reverting. Contrary to popular belief, I think, dry hair doesn't turn out better in a silk press because if your hair is dry after you silk press it, it's going to be looking for moisture from the air. It's going to be absorbing that moisture from the air, and that's going to make your hair revert and become frizzy, and your silk press will last like 2 days max. The more hydrated your hair is before you silk press it, the better. This is my #1 hydration product that I recommend. Now, if you want to maintain this moisture, this is one step, but there's 2 products. I recommend this specific combo, and this is using a liquid leave-in and a blow-dry cream. There are many out there. I know there's a very popular blow-dry cream by Red Can. I haven't tried it, but apparently it works really well. And there's another liquid leave-in that I really like from Amika, but specifically for silk presses, this combo works best for me. First, you want to start by using the Pureology Color Fanatic. I believe there's new packaging now, but it is the same product. They didn't change the formula. This is extremely lightweight. You need the smallest amount in your hair. It goes really far into the hair shaft and moisturizes the hair from the inside out. So when you deep condition your hair, this is what's going to make sure that you maintain that moisture even after your hair is washed. It is lightweight. It has heat protectant qualities in it, and it's like, that's why it's called 21 essential benefits. It primes, it protects, it perfects, it helps preserve color, it helps smooth down the hair shaft. It also helps stop your hair from reverting. I don't know how that works, but even if I just blow dry my hair or air dry my hair, I find that it doesn't revert as much at the scalp when I use this product, so I highly recommend it. And then for the blow dry cream, I recommend Olaplex #6. This is the Bond Smoother. This is my favorite leave-in product of all time. It is the only product that not only hydrates the hair with the smallest amount, but it also really smooths down your hair shaft. You can physically feel the hair strands feel much smoother and instantly softer. And it also has heat protectant qualities in it, so it's perfect for blow drying your hair as well. It's great for textured hair, it reduces frizz, and it actually speeds up your blow dry time if your hair takes really long to dry. So I highly recommend this. I've been using this for years and I'm still using it. So the third category is a non-negotiable, okay? If you're going to use any kind of heat on your hair, if you want to silk press and you want it to come out perfect, regardless of how your results are gonna look, this is a non-negotiable step, and this is heat protectant. Now, I mentioned my 2 leave-in products do have heat protectant qualities as well. And the one I'm recommending today is an anti-humidity spray. And this is the Color Wow Dream Coat Supernatural Spray. Now, this is one of the products in this entire category that I would say, like out of this whole video, you need to use this properly according to the directions. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, this product doesn't work, this damaged my hair, this actually didn't do what it said it was gonna do. I sprayed water on my hair and it still reverted. Well, yeah, you sprayed water on your hair. This is not a relaxer. It is an anti-humidity spray. It will not only help your hair stay straight, it will help it fight humidity. The thing with this is you have to use a generous amount on clean, damp, or wet hair, and then you need to activate it with heat and tension. So if you use this and then you just air dry your hair, you won't really get the benefits of it. It is heat activated. It does have heat protectant qualities in it, but it is the only product that truly makes a massive difference when it comes to the long-term effects of your silk press. You probably may not see like a drastic difference on day 1 or day 2 of your silk press, but if you keep your silk press in for like more than 5 days, you notice the magic of this product. It is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. I know there's an extra strength one for coarse, thick hair, but this one seems to work just as well for me, so I've just been using this one. Maybe I'll try the other one. The only thing that I can say you can ignore on the packaging is that it says you should not use it with any other products, no leave-in, but it does say you can use it in conjunction with other products from this brand. So usually when products say that, it's like, well, I guess you can use it with other products then. Just make sure that you have only this in your hair, a very, very light liquid leave-in before you put this in. And then if you're using a blow-dry cream like the Olaplex, you can go in with that after you spray this in your hair. And then now when it comes to the actual flat ironing section, which is the real part of the silk press, you need to find a heat protectant that not only protects your hair from heat damage, but also helps with aiding in shine and smoothness on your hair. I have used ones from John Frieda, BioSilk. I've tried a lot of them, but surprisingly, Amika came out on top. I actually had this for a while before I ever started using it because I thought it would work more for people with like type 3 and silkier hair textures, but it actually works amazing for my hair. It feels nice. It protects my hair thoroughly. It protects up to 450 degrees. It also smooths the hair shaft and it smells amazing. It is also not too heavy. I usually put about 4 pumps in my hair. So I divide my hair in 4 sections and it's about 1 pump per section. But keep in mind, I do have thick, coarse type 4 hair. So if you have shorter hair, if you have finer hair, if you have less hair, you may want to use less product. A little bit goes a long way and not a lot comes out of 1 pump. If you haven't tried this heat protectant or you're looking for a heat protectant serum, I highly, highly recommend this one. It is game changing. Now, this next product I would say is something that is at a very crucial stage of the silk press, and this can make or break your silk press. So you have to be very careful, and this is using a finishing oil. Now, this oil should be focused only at the ends of your hair, and then you can work it through all the rest of your hair. You need the tiniest bit, not like a dime-sized amount. I'm talking, I don't even know what measurement I can give. Like a quarter of a pump. You need the tiniest bit. You want to rub it very thoroughly between your palms so that your palms are completely covered in the oil. You don't have any hot, like any wet spots that will cling onto any bits of your hair. You want to work this into the ends of your hair, work it through your hair, and this is just what adds that extra bit of silkiness and shine to your hair. And for this, I recommend my favorite product of all time, and this is the Kerastase Elixir Ultime. This oil is amazing. It works for all hair textures, from the straightest to the curliest to the finest to the coarsest. This stuff is amazing, and it's an amazing finishing oil. I actually use a tiny bit of this oil on my ends every single day. Even when it's straight, every night I use this oil, brush it through my hair, and this makes a massive difference. I highly recommend it. But like I said, this is a make or break stage. So if you put too much of this product, you couldn't do all of the good work that you did earlier by putting too much and making the hair sticky and weighed down and heavy, and you don't want that. Your hair can still be light and fluffy and still shine and look amazing. And now for a bonus tip, I find that this doesn't necessarily have a short-term effect on your silk presses. This will only affect the long-term effects of your silk press, like what all your future silk presses will look like, as well as the health of your hair and preventing heat damage. And this is going in with a bond building / repairing product, and I recommend the K18. I've also been using this product for years, and I think this is what has really helped me not get any heat damage and prevent any future heat damage, and kind of reverse any kind of minimal damage that's done to my hair. There's also other products from Redken. There's the acidic bonding concentrate. There's another one from Garnier that I'm seeing people raving about. I don't know how good it is. It's called like a bond filler or something like that. And then there's the Olaplex number 0 and 3. So any of those would do, but I just personally recommend the K18. But again, this won't necessarily have an effect on like what your silk press will look like, because it doesn't smooth your hair shaft. It doesn't do any of that. It just ensures that the bonds of your hair are kept strong. So if you're looking into making sure you don't get any heat damage and that all your future silk presses can continue looking amazing, consider using this. And as a final bonus, if you want your silk press to last, you do have to sleep with it in a certain way. So either wrap it, put it in some kind of bun where the ends are tucked away and the hair is all together so that it doesn't frizz up. I always wrap my hair at night, either in a circular wrap, or I just like fold it at the back and clip both sides up, and then I go ahead and put on a satin bonnet and I sleep on a satin pillowcase, and my hair literally lasts as long as I want it to until I'm ready to wash it. Like 3 weeks down the line, it still looks amazing. I plan to keep the silk press in for like 2 weeks, and then maybe I'll do another one. But all the products that I mentioned will be linked in the description box below. These are my all-time holy grail must-need products. If you'd like to see what tools I use or any other products, you can watch my full silk press video right here. Hit my face right there to subscribe if you didn't in the beginning, and hit the bell so you get notifications when I post my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!